I'm Officer Jerry. Can everybody say good morning, Officer Jerry? Okay. First off, I'm Officer Jerry. How do you know I'm a police officer? Raise your hands. Yep.
Could you wear a cop hat?
I wear a cop hat. Okay.
You arrest people?
I arrest people. Yeah. I'm Constable Jerry Dwyer of the Arroyo OPP. I'm the CSO, the Community Service Officer, and the Media Officer for the Arroyo Detachment. I've been a police officer for the past 35 years. I started out in CN Police. I did 25 years with Toronto Police, and I've been with the OPP now for 10 years. So pretty well I've seen the gambit. There's nothing I haven't seen and haven't done in policing, except for one thing. I would never ride a horse. So that's about the only thing I haven't done in policing. So it's been interesting. I really have enjoyed my time with the Ontario Provincial Police. They've given me a lot of opportunity and a lot of leeway to get things done in the community, and that's why I'm here today. But all this equipment, I'm like Batman, so I'm going to show you all about this equipment, but it's to protect me so I can protect you, your mom, your dad, your brother, and your sister. And just like Officer Chris, we put our hand up and we say, we'll protect you even if it costs us our lives. So it's a pretty big job. It's ironic that you know, I think my first 20 years in policing, one day somebody came into work and said, listen, I'm sorry, and you know, I thought I did a great job arresting people, responding to calls, and basically what they said was, you know, really that's only responding. There's a whole other area, and it's called prevention. And you know, as things go, prevention is the purest form of enforcement. So if you think about that, if, you know, like, people don't realize sometimes if somebody dies in a traffic fatality, that was preventable. I mean, not only does it affect, obviously, the person that dies, it affects his family, you know, it affects the neighborhood he lives in, indeed it affects the whole community. So there's a whole bunch of things that happen that are affected by the death of one person. But I think at a very young age that we should be getting these young men and women at the elementary school level and actually teaching them some good safety tips that'll keep them alive. Okay, everybody stand up. We're going to play a game. Here's the game. I want you to put your hands out like this. Don't push the person in front of you. Just put it out and say, stop. Stop. Then I want you to go like this. Look always. Come on, tell me. Look always.
Look always.
Grab your ears, listen.
Listen.
And point. I see them in grade 6. I see them in grade 5. They're ready to listen. They're like little sponges. They absorb it all up, and you know what? If we can win their hearts and their minds, and I'm not saying we're going to do it for everybody, but we certainly give it a lot of effort here in this detachment. Stop. Look always. Listen. Point. Why are you pointing? Yep.
If there's a car and you try and cross the road, that's not safe.
I mean, this day and age with computers and the way everything's going, we need you know, something to really reach these kids. And we came up with this idea, the Portable Children's Safety Village. And basically what it is, it's we need to address some issues first before we designed it. Number one is portability. You know, we're out and we have townships, we have the city, we have to move it around. The other thing is the cost. You know, we don't have the tax base that York Region has or anything like that to build a permanent structure and sustain it. So it's the cost. And the other thing too is the safety aspects of moving the students. I mean, busing people and stuff like that, any movement, there's always a safety issue. We came up with this idea of a, you know, a 40 by 50 mat that basically lays down in the gym. And on that are roads, streets, sidewalks. We even put some grass, and we even put a lake on ours. And what we do on that, we put little buildings, we put cars, we put little scooters, and we use this and as a draw for the kids to get their attention. And trust me, it works. And of course, around the walls, we put everything that we teach, whether it be fire, police, ambulance, hydro, you name it. Any of our community partners, they have a banner that stand about 7 feet high, and these banners show exactly what we teach. So at a moment's notice, a parent could look in and actually see, oh, this is what they're teaching. There it is. It's all right there, right before you. And of course, it gives you the visual effect of what you need to see to get the kids' attention. And you know yourself that you've been there, and you see the oohs and the ahs when the kids come in. Of course, we trick them a little bit too. We let them drive these cars, these little police cars with lights, or we let them ride on the little trains or the scooters or whatever we can get our hands on. And then we basically, everything that we teach from the OPP's perspective, we always send a letter home to the parents. And we get the kids basically to go home and explain to the parents what they learned that day. Is this a good way to cross the street? You okay? He's a good sport about that, because I had to tell him, boys and girls, I see that every day, and especially in the wintertime, which really scares me. It's hard, when somebody's dragging you across the road. When you go home tonight, I'm going to give you a letter to take home, and I'm going to give you Elmer's safety rule. I want you to teach your parents how to cross the street. That is not the way to cross the street. We get the kids basically to go home and explain to the parents what they learned that day. And the letter goes home, so even if the kid or the child doesn't say anything, at least the parents know what they were taught today and they can question them on it. Of course, we have lots of handouts and lots of things that go with it, from stickers and that, but the purpose is to bring it all. Other safety villages have basically, it's a police driven. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. I could fill a safety village with stuff that I wanted to do. But there are other safety issues. I mean, whether it's fire safety, whether it's hydro safety, whether it's bus safety. We have a good rapport with our bus company here. Whatever it is, whatever type of safety, it needs to be addressed. It's not just police safety. I mean, there's a lot of safety issues out there, and we want to give our kids, I personally believe this, that we want to give our kids the best education in safety that we can give them. And the safety village is a means to that end.
Owen Sound got involved with the idea of the community safety village just by reading an article, and then doing a little bit of research on the internet. We found out that to have a stationary one was very expensive, lots of transportation involved for the children, plus just the maintenance of it. So when we seen the idea that Aurelia Community Safety Village had, and that it's extremely successful, we came over, we visited with Constable Dwyer and with some of the other committee members, and seen that this is a really great idea. We wrote a grant through the Proceeds of Crime grant through Ontario, and we were very successful, and we got everything that we asked for, over $66,000, which enabled us to produce everything that you see here today. We've just really mirrored the image of the Aurelia Safety Village.
Come on, kick me. Come on. All right, whoa. Easy, Tiger, easy.
Does anybody know what the pharmacist is and the pharmacist does?
Well, they have like an assistant, and they have the pills, and then they give it to the pharmacist, and then the pharmacist checks the pills with the right amount of pills, and then they give it to the person, or sometimes they deliver it.
Wow, very good answer. You're very knowledgeable. We are at Regent Park Public School in Aurelia, and we have the Children's Safety Village set up. It's here for 2 weeks because it's a larger school. Most schools it's set up for 1 week at a time. And it's in the gym of the school, and all the different grades get a chance to come in here.
The beauty of the safety village is, I'll give you an example. You get a grade 3 student that we teach the junior constable to. They get that certificate, they get that badge. When they go home, they're just pumped. You tell me that they're not telling their parents, look what I got, I'm a junior constable, and this is my certificate, and this is what it's about. Plus there's a letter there for the parent to read also, saying they know what we did today, and now they're telling them what you did. So it's if you want to look at it, it's another level of learning. Even in some of the other different things that we do, like DARE. When I was teaching DARE, we had a young lad go home and actually, because we were teaching, we were talking about alcohol, and realized all this. I don't like getting these phone calls when his dad phoned and said, "What are you teaching my kid?" He came home and poured all the alcohol down the sink, you know, like, it leads to some issues, but it's like teaching the kids to defend themselves in street proofing. I mean, it's all right to tell the kids to do this, but, you know, I actually show them how to defend themselves. Louder! Because I believe somewhere in the back of their brain, even, and this is similar to what we teach adults, so somewhere in the back of their brain will remember some little thing that I said that could make that difference, or make the difference of a few seconds that could save their life. So, you know, drop like a rock, squirm like a worm, throw a hissy fit, scream your head off. Drop like a rock, and squirm like a worm. Okay, drop like a rock, squirm like a worm, get down, put your feet up. Can you do that? Go ahead. Now start kicking. Come on, kick, come on, kick me, kick me, kick me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, whoa, 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 easy, easy. Easy, Tiger, easy, easy. So, you know, like, when everybody starts out in policing and we're all the same, you know, you always want to arrest people, catch the bad guys, and do your job. But as you get older and you've been down that road, and I've been there, done that, I find now that what I do in the, if you want to say, the twilight of my career, what I'm doing now is I'm making a difference. I made a difference before, but I'm really making a difference with these kids now. That's good. That's get your back down lower, down on the ground. Back down lower. Put your back on the mat. There you go. Don't hurt your friend. That's, come on, move around. Kick, kick, kick. All right. Okay, right. Kick harder, harder, faster, harder. Kick.
The idea of the safety village, which really gets to me, is it's so interactive. It's here. The kids are up. They're practicing crossing the roads. They're driving on their cars. They're overwhelmed by the visual effects of everything. It's not just a police officer standing in front talking about how to cross a road. They show them right here. It's fantastic.
I believe in it. Look around. I mean, my kids never had anything like this. And the colors, the cars that they ride as a reward for learning the lesson. Kids are our future. There's no question. I mean, this is important. It's important to do it for the kids.
We're the only detachment that has OPP volunteers. And we have anywhere from 15 to 20. And over the last 6 years, they have put in over 22,000 hours of community service to this community.
The starfish symbolizes what it means to be a volunteer. So the story behind it is, it applies for anybody who's on a beach. So the story goes that there's a little girl on a beach with thousands of starfish on the shore. And she picks one of the starfish up and she throws it into the water. And an adult comes by and he says, "Excuse me, but you know, there's hundreds and thousands of these starfish on the shore. You're not going to be making a difference just throwing one." So she looks up at the adult and then she bends down, picks up another starfish and throws it out into the water and says, "There, I just made another difference."
One safety program, one kid, one adult, one senior, you know, one program, one, because one can change 10, can change 20, can change 30. It's something that we can build on, and we're quite proud of that here at Aurelia Detachment.
Our members had an opportunity today to be here, meet some of the teaching partners who deliver the programs to the children in the schools, and get to see the Safety Village set up and in action. Well, today the Kiwanis Club of Aurelia had an opportunity to come here and see the Kiwanis Children's Safety Village in action, set up at Regent Park Public School, which is where the launch actually occurred for the Children's Safety Village. And so our members had an opportunity today to be here, meet some of the teaching partners who deliver the programs to the children in the schools, and get to see the Safety Village set up and in action.
I had a call from one of our partners originally who had a lead that Union Gas was interested in safety and wanted to donate some money to safety. And it was at that time we did the first Paint on Safety Village, was painted on the fire hall lot down in Brecken, Ontario. And what we did down there was basically paint a safety village on the asphalt parking lot with games and stuff like that. But when we launched that, I invited Union Gas representatives to come to the launch, and I'll tell you, it was a snowstorm. It was, well, you know what? The fire department guys came through again. We turned that hall into, it looked like a school, the fire hall. We put the vehicles outside. We hosed off the snow off the asphalt so that everybody could see, and it was we had some great pictures, overhead pictures, and it was from that Union Gas, because of that effort and because of we're so interested in making a difference for the kids, that they donated over $22,000 to get us started. So that was the first donation.
The project started with the OPP and Jerry Dwyer, who approached the Kiwanis Club because he needed somebody to partner up and help him get the project off the ground. And from there, it was a natural step to involve the different fire departments, CN Rail, we have quarry safety and internet safety. So we just expanded on the police, the fire, and emergency services. And the whole concept is to prevent injuries and deaths to children. So anything that presents a risk to a child is going to be incorporated into this, and so we just approached partner after partner, and then businesses, of course, that also jumped on side. Electrical safety with Hydro One and Aurelia Power, also big contributors to this project and active participants.
You might see somebody do something that's unsafe, and you could warn them and maybe even save their lives. Okay, so we're going to go through some of the model here, talk about some of these dangerous situations and how you boys and girls can be safe. Does anybody know how electricity works or where it comes from?
Some of the members actually haven't had a chance to be present at a school while it was set up for teaching. And it really is very impressive. When you look at all of the components, all of the community partners who are involved to help pull this together, it really is quite overwhelming for the Kiwanis Club to see everything that's required to pull this together. It was quite an experience for many of them.
Well, when people first see this, they're overwhelmed by the color. It's so bright and colorful, which of course engages the children from the get-go. And then as they look around the room, they see the messages on the banners and know that these are really good, solid lessons for the children to be learning. And of course, the next thing is, geez, can we drive the cars? Can we ride the trains? And then we have to remind them it's a 100-pound weight limit. So no, you can look, but you can't touch.
Well, Kiwanis is involved because it's such a worthwhile project. The statistics in terms of children getting injured is quite overwhelming, and if we can have some small role in terms of getting a tool in the schools that can be used to help children appreciate and understand the rules of safety, then it's certainly a worthwhile endeavor for Kiwanis to be involved in.
Our tagline is tell me and I will forget, show me and I may remember, involve me and I will understand, and that's the whole premise, is get the children in here hands-on and making them actually live these lessons, and they will remember them.
A fire or someone's breaking in the home, that's 911. We want to teach the kids the proper way to speak to an operator, to explain the emergency, and above all to stress to them that no matter what, the police, the fire, and ambulance will come to the house.
When I was teaching Elmer, I didn't have streets. I used to use tape on the floor, and I used to have to get the kids to pretend that this was a street. And then I try and explain to them, which was really hard for grade 1 to start with. And then you do the grade 2s. There was no, they got a little pamphlet, they got something, but you know what? The whole teaching concept changes. When they come into that gym, their heads are just going all over the place, their eyes light up. It is colorful, it is active. They feel that there's something new here. They want to learn something. And compared to the classroom, it's like night and day. That's it. Okay, class, what color is it? All together. Now, what does yellow mean? Slow down. Very good. Okay. It's their safety village. I tell them that. And you have to, you got to say this is your town. And we tell them, stay on the sidewalk.
Inside.
Boy, this is a smart class. Why is that? Yep.
Because, or you get run over.
You could get run over, and you can see how big I am compared to how small she is, so I can see a lot more. But you know what really surprised me about a lot of them? They know about standing on the inside of the sidewalk. And when I started out, I've seen a big difference since we started out. Like, you know what? The word gets around the school too. Grade 1s talk to grade 2s. And 2s talk to 3s, and 3s talk to 4s. And you know what they're talking about? They're talking about safety. They're talking about, yeah, we get to drive the cars, but you got to learn this, and you got to know that, and you got to know this. So it's all part of it. And, it's just the interaction. it's a level playing field when you go in there. Years ago, you could stand there in uniform and everybody, it's a police officer. Well, those days are gone. Now you really got to come in and you really got to be animated. 2, 3, police ranger!
We have a 911 simulator.
911 operator, what is your emergency?
It's an electronic computer. It allows the children to come up and physically make a phone call and speak with a pre-recorded 911 operator. The purpose of it is to identify what is a true emergency and what is a mom and dad emergency. You know, the cat up the tree, that's mom and dad. But the fire or someone's breaking in the home, that's 911. We want to teach the kids the proper way to speak to an operator, to explain the emergency, and above all to stress to them that no matter what, the police, the fire, and ambulance will come to the house.
We're the only detachment that has OPP volunteers. And we have anywhere from 15 to 20, and over the last 6 years, they have put in over 22,000 hours of community service to this community. I mean, these people are like gold. I mean, I can't say enough about them, and they are just as dedicated as I am to this community.
We can easily put through 5,000 kids per year, and this is our second full year in the school. So that's 10,000 kids that have gone through this system. That's amazing.
They really listen, you know, and even like the grade ones who we dealt with today. I mean, like you expect them to be, you know, just really restless and not really willing to pay attention, but actually, you know, seeing them really taking part in what Jerry's saying, it's really rewarding, you know, to see that and to actually be a part of that too.
Now I'm just going to do them up loose on you, okay? Myself, I've only been a police officer for 19 years now, so you know, you did different jobs maybe, you grew up and went to school just like all these kids do, and there's usually somebody that you kind of look to as a role model when you were a kid, so maybe I'll be a role model to some kids out there, hopefully.
Well, right now we're at Monsignor Lee Catholic School in Aurelia. And what we're in now is a portable that was made available to the community service officers in the Aurelia detachment. It speaks volumes that not only are they concerned about their children in their school system, and they realize the importance of what we do, whether it be fire, police, ambulance, hydro, you know, whatever we do in the community. I think it's really important that they make this available. It's not only for their kids, it's for all the kids in the community. You cannot solve the problems of society by doing it all by yourself. You need partnerships, whether it be safety, whether it be criminal activity, crime prevention. You need that partnership. And if you don't have that partnership, you're beat before you start. And I'm proud to live in this community. You know, like whether it be this portable, whether it be the, you know, with the in-kind, probably over the $100,000 that in tough times this community gave to make sure that this safety village was a reality. You know, you don't see that in other communities. I wish we did. So that's why I'm quite proud to be in this community. I think Aurelia is totally awesome, and I think it's the partners. I mean, we have so many great partners in this community that it just goes on from there.